So we come to the next sharing segment, and we're going to remember Kaku. So Papia will do the honors.
Now I know everyone's enjoying, and if you really are, I'd just like to see all the thumbs going up. It's lovely to see all of you here, and I just need to do a small introduction before I start my piece about Baba. Now, it's so far this is a great show, and I promise that the rest of the show is going to be really great. Why am I so sure? It's because I promise that I am not going to sing. Yes, I can't sing. My mother did her best. She bought a harmonium for me. She arranged for a singing teacher. But after 2 classes, the singing teacher ran away. Yes, he refused to teach me. Ma got very angry. She started scolding me. Shaitan me, Gupto badir me hoye gaite paro na. That's all she kept telling me. Baba was very kind. He said, why are you screaming at her, Chonda? It's okay if she can't sing. She paints beautifully. She can dance so well. So what's the problem? But Ma shook her head, very sad. I think she could foresee that in the future, I would not be on the Kalamandir stage for the Ki Moja Part 1. Yes, Ma passed away in March, the same year that we had this show at Kalamandir in April. And yes, I was not on stage because I can't sing. But this time I bulldozed myself and I said, I'm going to speak. I won't sing, and I'll speak about Baba. So my dear sisters and brothers were very kind, and they said, yes, you can speak, but it's going to be for only 2 minutes. Then I thought to myself, Papia, don't give up this chance you've got. At last you got the mic. And you're on a virtual platform. So yes, please bear with me. It's not going to be 2 minutes. If you do get bored, please at least pretend that you're loving this. So here goes. Now I'm going to speak to you about my dearest Baba. My Baba, T.C. Gupta, was the 4th child of the family. And he was affectionately called Buddhu. He was a pampered child who turned out to be a self-made man. He never spoke about his achievements, and that was humility learned from the best. Yes, from my Dadu, T.C. Gupta. Baba traveled quite a bit on work, and he tried his best to make up for all the lost time in the family, with the family. He would drop me to school every day, and that practice continued till my college days. He was a very protective father in his own unique way. He loved questioning me whenever I was going to the movies with my high school classmates. Which hall, which show, and how many friends are you going with? When I answered all that, he would say, Amio jacchi, ticket kine niyechi, ami eki hallei jabo. So that was his way of telling me that he will be around in case of any emergency. When I was in college, Joydeep and I used to meet almost every day for lunch, during my lunch break. So one such day, we decided to grab a bite at Flurries. Baba knew that we were going there on that day because there was nothing hush-hush in my family. My parents knew everything that I was doing or my brothers were up to. So we reached Flurries and we found Baba sitting there at the very first table. And he said, see, Papia, I knew that you both were coming here. So I took this table. Come, join me. Let's order something. Yes, you must have guessed by now. That was the weirdest kind of date that I had ever gone for. But Baba was so happy. Now, holidays with Baba. I'm going to tell you a bit about that. Holidays with Baba were the best. We were going to Madras by train once. It was the hottest time of the year. And as soon as we boarded the train, Baba went off to the washroom. He came out wearing a white lungi, a white shirt, and a white towel around his neck. And the entire 4 hours of the next part of the journey, he kept us entertained by speaking in this weird but fantastic Tamilian accent. Oh yes, sir. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. And that's what made me laugh on and on and on, because I giggled at the drop of the hat. Yes, he had a unique sense of humor. Baba planned a trip to Agra and Fatehpur Sikri once. He knew that history was my favorite subject. So he arranged for one of the best guides when we went to Fatehpur Sikri, and for Agra, he booked one of the finest rooms at this hotel, Sheraton. And it was the best room because when you looked out of the window, one of the glass windows, you could see Taj Mahal. And so he took care that his daughter would enjoy herself thoroughly looking out of the window, and I could watch Taj Mahal under the moonlight, at sunrise and at sunset. It was one of the most beautiful experiences, and I couldn't have thanked Baba enough. I used to observe Baba always joining in during the Theatre Road Jalsas. He would sit right at the back and sing quietly along. My parents were brilliant hosts, and our house was always open to family and friends. My 3 Meshos were my dad's greatest friends. They all loved music and singing, but no one could dance like the way T.C. Gupta did. Starting from the foxtrot to the jive, he knew it all, and I was always in awe when my father was on the floor. Baba was very proud of 2 things. One was that I looked like him, and the other was his record collection. Yeah, the LP records, which I don't get to see now. He had this fancy record player, which we weren't allowed to touch, by the way. We grew up listening to Harry Belafonte, Pat Boone, Frank Sinatra. I was so proud that he did everything his way. And that's why at the Ki Moja Show Part 1, Badshah sang, I did it my way. And he surely lived his life his way. Baba, I'm honored to be your daughter. Yes, Mohar and Guinea, take it away.
Thank you, Papya Di. Hi.
Hi, I'm Guinea, and I wanted to speak about Baba Tarun Gupta. Here he was known as TG. And to sum up TG really quickly, I'm going to do a top 3, a countdown of TG in 3 concepts. So the first concept I think that we all associate with Baba was that he loved big breaks. There were so many students, colleagues, friends who have come up to us and told us about how Baba made a huge difference in their lives. Either he recommended them, gave them advice, connected them, gave them opportunities, and they all went on to become whatever they were. There were some life-changing things that he did for their careers. And really the sheer numbers of people he impacted, it was quite incredible, because he really enjoyed seeing other people succeed. I think even if he didn't give somebody a big break, he was one of those people who thoroughly enjoyed it when somebody managed to get their big break and succeed. He was very happy for other people. So that's for me the first thing I associate. The second thing is, of course, he was, I think, technicolored in many ways. He was quite colorful himself. Then he would insist on wearing like a bright pink, gulabi pink shirt and a red tie. And he had his signature striped shirts. And he loved to write with green ink in his fountain pen. And we'd find, even when he ran out of green ink, we'd find many writing pads full of I don't know, his scribbles lying all around the house. He was obviously, he would get up at 4:30 in the morning and write in his scroll. By the way, I'm afraid to say I inherited his handwriting. But he'd always be writing. His brain was always working, thinking of new ideas. He was a workaholic. He taught an MBA class. He also wrote in some business magazines. And as some of you know, later in his life also, he went ahead and did his PhD. So I guess the green ink and the fountain pen was really a sign of how sort of creative he was. And the third thing I'll end with saying is that I think the concept that sums him up is he was an early bird, always impatient to do lots of things, kind of ahead of his time. He was one of those people, even in that zamana, who managed to go abroad and study. It couldn't have been easy, not that he spoke much about being in the US in those years. Of course, he loved to do everything jaldi jaldi. Once I remember Mohor and I were supposed to go to New York, and we were grumbling about how the flight was so long and the reporting time would be so long. But between Ma and him, they insisted we go to the airport also early, and they pushed us out. So we were at least 4 hours ahead of reporting time. So definitely he was impatient and did everything quickly. And in that spirit, I must sum up with his signature goodbye, which was always very quick. He'd say what he needed to and then thanks, done, bye. So with that, over to Mohor.
So I wanted to share with all of you 5 of TG's top hits. And it's a little bit ambitious of me, but I'm going to try anyway. And hopefully it won't be much more than 2 minutes. So I'm going to sing 5 of his favorite songs, and some of them you might have even heard him singing. Okay? Okay. याद प्या की आए ये दुख सा न पाए ये याद पिया की आए याद पिया की आए याद पिया की आए पल पल दिल के पास तुम रहती हो जीवन मीठी प्यास ये कहती हो पल पल दिल के पास तुम रहती हो जिंदगी प्यार की 2-4 घड़ी होती है जिंदगी प्यार की 2-4 घड़ी होती है चाहे थोड़ी भी होए उम्र बड़ी होती है जिंदगी प्यार की 2-4 घड़ी होती है जलते हैं जिसके लिए तेरी आंखों के दिए ढूंढ लाया हूँ वो ही गीत मैं तेरे लिए जलते हैं जिसके लिए Okay, this is the last. ठुमक रामचंद्र ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र बाजत पैजनिया ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र किलकी किलकी उठत धाया गिरत भूमि लटपटाय धाय मातु गोद लेत धाय मातु गोद लेत दशरथ की रनिया ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र
Wow,
Okay.
Sadhu.
So, thank you.
Sadhu. Lovely.
So
Okay.
that was TG's Top Hits Hindi only. I left out the Bangla. But so let me now hand over to Vinayak and his merry band of in-laws